Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. It's time for patch 7.15. There's not a lot here, but there's a little bit at least. First things first, we're back at the Wandering Minstrel to talk about the Cloud of Darkness. Chaotic Alliance raids put up to 24 adventures against a fearsome foe who has been made even more powerful than before. Ah, that reminds me, some days ago I had the pleasure of meeting your good friend Grahatia. He approached me, wondering if he had seen me elsewhere before, and so I told him about my endeavors in verse. Taking an interest in my work, he invited me to join him at XIV, where we discussed tales of heroism over tacos and churrasco. Churrasco? It was then he shared a story that is especially close to his heart. The Fellowship of Noah's foray into the Crystal Tower. You played a vital role in it, did you not? Together with more than a score of your fellows, you tramped over numerous formidable foes to secure the structure. How do you recall the experience, pray? As adventurers typically work in small groups, I dare say it felt quite different to be part of a large contingent. I just played it by ear. I do favor such an approach myself. Now, I can only speak as an observer, but I imagine it must be uniquely satisfying to sally forth as a member of a great collective to accomplish tremendous feats. And to defeat the dreaded Cloud of Darkness is a tremendous feat indeed. She is a ruler among her kind, occupying the highest rung of the hierarchy of Voidsent. Full oft has she left her mark upon mankind's history, not least of all when she forged a pact with Emperor Zonde. And, according to records, she employed powerful magics the likes of which defied mortal comprehension. Didn't she use beams and more beams? It may well be that you saw merely one aspect of the Cloud of Darkness. As I understand it, Voidsent are changeable beings. Their form is dependent on factors such as the ether at their disposal. Another time, and you may have faced a somewhat different foe. It is an intriguing possibility to consider. Would you not agree? So together with your comrade Reem, you gave rise to a being based upon the Cloud of Darkness? A familiar, distinct entity shaped by your combined impressions of the Voidsent Queen. That gives me an idea. I shall compose a song about the true Cloud of Darkness as I imagine her, for which I shall draw inspiration from your account. Without further ado... When light and dark as one become to oblivion all to cast, a champion dauntless shall arise to cleave them at last. Into their hands entrusted be the hopes of all mankind. Upon the wind eternal born, a bright and shining sign. The time has come, so go you forth unto the battlefield. The final confrontation looms to test your blade and shield. The Cloud of Darkness Chaotic is now accessible. So yes, chaotic raids are now here. Oh, he's not done yet. Though it may pale in comparison to facing the Cloud of Darkness, it gave me great satisfaction to compose these verses. And should they give you satisfaction as well, then naught would please me more. So yes, they have added a savage 24-man raids now. As of recording this, I haven't cleared it. Hopefully by the time this is up, I will have cleared it, but it's definitely something. It is definitely something. What is going to be the fastest way to get to where I want to go? It's definitely something. But that was just the distraction for why we are truly here. It's not to speak to the Blue Guard Pelu. I'm sorry. I'm way behind on you. It's fine. We're Northwest Railroad employees. We aren't even on the right job for that. We are here to speak with Nashu. Hello, old friend. The case of the displaced inspector. Why, hello there, Arya. Core, how serendipitous that we should cross paths in this far-flung nation. Have you come all this way to lend me a hand? Because let me tell you, I could use the help. You see, I've been doing my absolute darndest to track down the inspector ever since Master Poo-Poo's starship whisked him off to God's only knows where. The best lead turned out to be the Fafnarian truth. Eyewitness accounts in the latest issue described a shining craft headed west across the ocean, so I packed a few things and headed as far west as I was able. And this is where I ended up. I've made a few inquiries since my arrival, but I've mostly been acclimatizing myself to the native cuisine. Very important step, that. Anyway, seeing as fate has sent you to assist me, I suppose it's time I continue questioning the locals on the matter of unidentified flying gentlemen. Here, this should help aid in our investigations. It's an illustration of a starship, clipped from Dorian's publication. Having this on hand should make it much easier to explain what we're looking for. I'll ask around the markets hereabouts. As for you, well, I've yet to venture beyond the food stalls, so practically anywhere else but here. If you learn any useful information, come and find me around the spot. I'll be stuffing my ears with delicious intelligence. Is the Landsguard duty remain vigilant for threats and unusual developments that may warrant intervention? It may be prudent to visit Bright Plume Post and question the soldiers. Yes, it's something I can help you with. I have this to show you. Actually, I have seen a vessel like that. It was sometime before Zorolja's flying ships appeared. I watched it limp northwards through the skies of Atulia, all wobbling about like it might crash to the ground at any moment. Searching for a strange ship, you say? Yes, I saw a flying disc just like that during my patrol in Shalone. It was slowly drifting towards the ground and seemed to come down somewhere in Yasulani? If you're determined to find it, then that's where you should try next. What were they calling the place that's covered by the dome now? Heritage Found? For reasons this soul's bore no fruit at all. None star-shaped. Anyway, how was your harvest then? Those are some solo leads. Nice work, Arya. So, by the sound of things, the ship was malfunctioning and eventually came down somewhere to the north of here? With any luck, this hostage found you mentioned will be the place we find the inspector. I doubt it will be so simple, and certainly not without incident, knowing how matters involving the inspector tend to go. Well, with you as my escort, I'm sure we'll arrive at the right spot eventually, and none the worse for wear. Shall we head off? Hello, this is not Yasulani. Sure. Free teleport. The air is all crackly and zappy. This is where the starship supposedly came down, so let's start our search for the inspector. Standard investigative procedure dictates that we question the residents for possible gentleman sightings. Off we go! Buddy, what are you doing over there? Buddy? You're not supposed to touch those. This is a small settlement. All its inhabitants are known to me. If a man of such distinctive appearance and demeanor were among us, I'm sure it would have noticed. Perhaps he is wandering around somewhere inside Solution 9. They have so many more people, he could easily go unnoticed in the crowds. You were here as Queen Sphyn's guest, as I recall. If your companion wishes to enter the city as well, then I suggest to make arrangements with the sentry at the tower entrance. Oh, Solution 9! That sounds promising. Thank you for the tip. Buddy? Buddy, you're really not supposed to touch those. Don't mind the giant robot. Don't mind him. Let's go speak with the entry people, because... I need to. Hello. Visitor detected. Verifying access rights. Unlimited Everkeep access confirmed. Scanning unregistered visitor. Warning, warning, explosive device detected. Entry denied. I'm not carrying explosives. This is medicine for treating Inspector Hildibrand's condition. Explosive medicinal compounds. Error. Does not compute. It's really quite simple. Inspector Hildibrand was sucked up by Master Pufu's malfunctioning starship, after which he proceeded to drag him thousands of miles away and deposit them here. Ergo, you need to let me pass so I can blow away his brain cobwebs. Error. Logic circuits overloading. Emergency shutdown initiated. Huh. Must be nap time. Guess we can just go in? Well, he survived the electrocution. Oh, that's a good sized city. Well, there's one sure way of locating an inspector in a place like this. If there's an ongoing case, that's where he'll be. Let's head to the lively part of town and look into any nefarious incidents, shall we? Do you know which is the lively part? True View? That's in the eastern sector, you say? Right then, let's get to it. What? Like a crime? Now you mentioned I did hear about a theft recently. Our city's peaceful by and large, but anywhere you have a lot of people, incidents like these are bound to occur. Hello, our drink friend. Case, huh? I've heard talk of an odd squealing creature of some sort, but I don't know if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. Recent troubles. I saw a pair of soldiers mobilizing that moments earlier, responding to a disturbance, it seems. I don't think it was far from here, but I'm a bit hazy on the details. Ow. Kick. Fight. Wait, what's wrong? Oh, I also heard about that theft. Something was stolen from a nearby tavern, apparently? We have directions to the scene of the crime, so let's head over together. A thief absconded with an aged bottle of spirits, the most expensive one in my establishment. I demand you find this criminal at once. No need to go hot and bother. The culprit is right under your nose. Admit it, punk. You pinched the hooch. Me? But why would you think? The supply of souls cut off. Folks with a habit have turned to black market rackets, and luxury goods of dubious provenance is one way of paying the asking price. A top shelf bottle of juice would make for a fine trade, I'd say. By the by, you know there's a method for identifying contraband souls. Your regular logs would tell the tale. Don't want to let us check them? Be my guest. I took a gander at the cabinet where the bottle was stored, and the lock showed obvious signs of tampering. Electro picking tools are awful hard to handle, aren't they? Most amateurs get singed, but you've got scorched marks all over your mitts. Give it up, kid. We've got you dead to rights. After they suspended soul provisions, I couldn't stop worrying about the future. It was a moment of weakness. They're for the authorities. Take them away, boys. That was Inspector Hildibrand, wasn't it? Didn't sound very gentlemanly. He will still be in shock after the starship's crash landing. A healthy dose of Nashu's delights will put him to rights. Let's make absolutely sure it's him first, shall we? I suppose that would be the responsible course of action. Come on, we should hurry along before we lose sight of the ungentlemanly Hildibrand. He walked that way, or was it more of a mosey? He looks like the inspector, but he's a touch old and mopey. Years passed inside the dome? The Inspector Hildibrand was here when it happened. That would put him in his 50s! He must have been living here so long he's forgotten everything about his previous life. Luckily, I have just the thing to jog his memory. I think I wouldn't know such an obvious tale. I don't know what your game is, but bombs ain't toys. Best put them away before you hurt someone. Or yourself. Like me, I see neither of you are sporting regulators, so I suggest you be more careful with the only lives you've got. Sir, you don't remember us. You're Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, gentleman inspector extraordinaire. I've been called a lot of things, but nothing so insulting as a gentleman. I'm a weathered old fool with too many debts and regrets. Detective Hardiboiled. Very impressive, but even with that name and those odd clothes, you might as well be the inspector's older, more wrinkled twin. Hate to break it to you, but you're barking up the wrong tree. You seem awfully fond of these hard-boiled eggs. Here, this one's on me. Thanks, Dollface. You're a peach. Whew, that's one way to cure a hangover. You got me good. Maybe we really do have the wrong person. That indestructibility is awfully Manderville-like, though. CP cases of this twin person phenomenon in the dome. It might be showing who shares the same soul as Hildibrand. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I can see that you're not who I thought you were, so that we need to keep searching. A missing person, is it? If that's a rub, you can leave the sleuthing to me. Oh, we could really use your help. By the sounds of it, this fellow looks a lot like me. What did you say his name was? Hildibrand? I'll find him, don't you worry. I can feel a hunch coming on already. Are we sure that isn't the inspector? I'd like to rush off and do some investigative work of my own, but this city still has my head spinning. I think I'll wait and see if this Inspector Hardiboiled is as good as he seems. Meanwhile, you should go get back to whatever it is that famous adventurers do when they're not embroiled in one of our fantastical cases. The dame had me looking for a needle in a neon-lit haystack, a city with an allergy to sleep. This twin of mine had well and truly lost himself. The trail was colder than the ice at the bottom of my glass. But I could smell it in the air, like the cloying stench of cheap perfume. A conspiracy. Stay tuned for further episodes of Detective Hardiboiled. The inspector has finally set foot upon the Dawntrail. Get ready for inconceivably further Hildibrand adventures. Who knows what his case will be this time? When it happens, whatever happens, you'll be there on the scene. Okay, I was expecting it to be about 3 times longer than that? So, I guess that does it for patch 7.15? Question mark? I mean, yeah, there's a chaotic raid, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. It's in the long list of things that need to happen. Well, we aren't actually... We may have finished 7.15, but we're gonna go back to some 7.0 stuff next time, because... Take a trip back to Thule. Because we are going to be tackling side quests! Everyone's favorite thing we're not putting off until the very end this time. Woo! I may also just, want to use the experience to level up, but I will need to supplement some experience via, hunt bills, which reminds me, do I have hunt bills? I do! Okay, cool. That doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. Thank you for watching. Next time we will begin by tackling Tulial side quests. So, yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe. Maybe click that little bell for notifications. Also, consider checking out the description below. Various links to social media, Discord. Come hang out. Excuse me, get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!